you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to The Songwriter Show. I'm your host, Sarantos. I'm a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words are so very important to me, and that's why I love hosting this show for you every single Tuesday evening. I believe in my heart that every song is a story. Tonight, I'm so happy to have on the show Roger Lee. Roger's from Winter, Wisconsin, north central Wisconsin, a town of 325 people. He started performing later in life after having a guitar for many years and never really taking the time to learn it. He began consistently practicing after stage 4 cancer diagnosis, and now he's in remission and performing in public doing something that he's always wanted to do.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Roger. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So thank you for joining us on the Songwriter Show tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us a little bit. You're in remission now, but having cancer is definitely scary. Did music help you get through it?
Oh, definitely. Because after I was being treated, I didn't have much energy, and I was pretty much an A-type personality. And I picked up this guitar that I never really practiced, and I think it just got my mind in a different place, which was really therapeutic for me.
And music tends to do that, doesn't it? Can definitely get our minds in a place that we want to go, I think.
Yeah, I think when I play music, I don't know if it's this way for you, but when I play music, I don't really think about anything else. I don't think about the ills of the world or all of my problems or whatever. I'm pretty much enmeshed in what I'm doing.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I do that now, but I didn't do that in the beginning because I was so paranoid about not knowing how to play right and not being able to sing well and all this. And I think as you train more, it only took me like 11 years of consistently putting music out to get there. But eventually, I think that's where you want to go, where you don't think about it and nothing else matters except what you're doing with the music and the singing.
Well, I think, that's that right brain, left brain thing.
Yeah.
I'm a real mechanical thinker by what I do for a living. And this music is just a totally different avenue, which was great for me.
So how did you learn to play the guitar?
I just... I only got a couple lessons when I first started, and then I would play for 6 months, and then I wouldn't play for a year and a half, or I'd play for a month, and I wouldn't play for 2 years. And then when I started practicing consistently, for my age, my feeling is if I practice 3 days a week for an hour, I maintain where I'm at. And if I play 4 days a week, then I gain, and I actually learn something. And I'm just an intermediate guitar player. I'm not no virtuoso, but that's what kind of pushes me to practice more, because I know I'm going to get better if I just keep doing it, just like anything else.
Sure. Tell us a little bit about how you perform in public now.
So I've been performing 3 years now. And last year I was able to get almost 5 months off work. And I did 61 gigs this year.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty respectable.
3 years ago, I did, I think, 6. And so, it's quite a drastic. It's kind of like a snowball going downhill. It just every time I turn around the corner, just something new and bigger happens. I had somebody that there's a small arts theater that I played at last year, and I really loved it. But they said, well, they just need a bigger following, and I remember where I'm at. It's hard to get a following if you don't play in a place more than once. And
sure. So
that door closed. And then a week later, this really big theater in Madison contacted me about playing it a year out. So when one door, that saying, one door closes, another one opens, I really believe that.
Oh, totally true. Tell us about your songwriting process. How do you get started? Is it guitar, little lick? Is it lyrics, melody?
When I first started writing music, the lyrics would come in my head, and I couldn't get them out of my head until I wrote them down. And then later on, the melody came. And then it was the melody for a while, and now it's back to the lyrics come first. Sometimes the better songs I play, they just happen. I'll just be playing some little riff or something, and I'll just start singing, and I'll have the majority of the song, 90% of it done in under 20 minutes. And then other ones take me 6 to 8 months because I look at it for a while and then I set it down. And I'll have like 5 songs started, but I don't have the melody. And then I'll just start playing and I'll start paging through the different songs until I find one and it fits. And then it'll just kind of mesh together.
Do you have any advice? Anybody up in Wisconsin that really wants to do this? Any advice for them? Musically, gig-wise, anything?
You gotta just really send out a lot of emails and really be persistent. You know, if you see there's a place that you want to play at, send a couple of emails, and you can always call them on the phone. And you know, I don't really worry about that a lot myself because I've always said God's my agent, because if I want to gig someplace, He's God after all. I'm going to get it. And the couple that I've really pushed on that I didn't get and I got in there, they were just terrible. So that kind of gets the weight off of my shoulder that I don't have to get every gig, and the ones I'm meant to, I will get.
In your experience, if people don't gig a lot, do they have a harder time getting gigs? Do people ask you to see recordings and videos of your gigs, or how does that work up in Wisconsin?
That's a big one. You know, the video thing. I don't have that many videos, but once I had, free videos, then I started getting people to want me to play at their place. Because just telling them that you're a singer, they don't know if you're good, bad, or, you know, what. So if you don't have a good video of you singing someplace, and I think you shouldn't be in a bar that's loud. It needs to have a good audio. Then they'll say, oh, yeah, this guy, we'll give him a try. But if you don't have any videos, I think your chances of getting a gig are cut by 90%.
Yeah, and for people out there that are listening, I think everybody kind of thinks they have to have this perfect video. But in my experience, even if you have something, iPhones are pretty good nowadays, but something where they can kind of make out your vocals and maybe even the crowd's response to you, that's really all you need.
Yeah, you know, I noticed too so in the last couple months, I put a couple videos, you know, one was out for Christmas on my Facebook page and one was something else. And people really like that. I mean, I can get this last one I did, it was the Christmas one. And I just put it on a couple groups and places where I play, and it had 1,000 views. Well, that touched way more people than if I go to a gig where there's even 100 people. And most of the gigs I go to up here are small. You know, if there's 50 people there in the night, that's pretty good. And you look at that one video, it connected, you know, that many people saw it. You know, a bunch of them probably clicked on it and turned it off right away. But even if 50 people listened to the whole thing, that's almost like reaching as many people on a good night on a good gig in a small area.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, truthfully, if you have a video of you doing a gig and the venue can't quite tell if there's 10 people there or 1,000, but yeah, if your video has like 1,000 views or something more than that, that probably looks good too.
Yeah, well, yeah, you never know who you're going to reach. I mean, you could reach somebody that is just paging through their phone someday, and that is a venue owner. They'll say, hey, come on out. You know, it doesn't take much. You don't have to have all these connections. I mean, granted, I'm not playing, you know, a circuit or anything like that, but it serves me well. I don't stick any money into my advertising or anything.
And definitely, if you sell some CDs or some merch, I mean, that's much more profitable than getting 10,000 streams on Spotify. So that kind of helps.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about when you look at what you have planned for this year, what should the fans expect out of you other than gigging regularly?
Well, hopefully they'll see some growth. I like to, you know, in my skill and my songwriting. But if you go to a gig where I'm playing, I like to interact with people, you know, as far as not so much when I'm playing. I mean, periodically I'll get people to sing with me or something, but I'll talk when I take a break. I like to talk with the people who are engaged with what I'm doing. And that's actually one of the benefits of playing. I like people, and it's nice to learn about people from different areas, and you're surprised in how many people know someone you know, even though you live 300 miles apart. But when I play, I want them to really feel what I'm singing.
Sure.
I'm not out there to get a bunch of attention. I'm out there because I enjoy singing. I mean, if there's 2 people there, that really like what I'm doing, I'm going to sing just as hard for them as if there was 200 people there, because that's what I'm looking for. People that enjoy it. I don't have this big desire to go on the road and do all this stuff like I would have in my 20s. I'm just going out there and really soaking up this opportunity I have that I really never knew I had.
And you're performing, I assume it's just you and your guitar, right? Or do you have a band?
Nope, it's just me and my guitar. The few times I've tried to kind of go down that road, it just has been roadblocks. And when it's meant to be, it'll happen.
Tell us about this song that we're going to hear in a few minutes here. What inspired this one?
Yeah, I don't know if I was going through a period where I was watching a bunch of Gunsmokes or what, but that's what I tell people. If you like Gunsmoke, you'll like this song. Or if you like Westerns, you'll like this song. That's one of them that I think it's my best song, or maybe in my top 3 songs. And it just wrote itself. I don't even think I changed 5 words after I wrote it all down, and I did it in under 20 minutes. It just fell together and has a really nice rhythm to it. And one thing I like about lyrics is, like, as you were saying in the intro, you're really into lyrics. So I like descriptive lyrics that take you there. Something more than something that kind of, you and I will see a different picture, but it's definitely in your mind when you hear the words. So that's, I think, what really appeals to me about writing songs.
All right, tell you what, let's take a listen and we'll come back and talk, okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome, everybody. Check this out. Here we go. Let me ask a question. That was a great song. If one of your songs in your catalog was a movie, what genre would it be?
Wow. Boy, I don't know, because that song you just heard, of course, that would be in a Western. It would be a, country Western. But I have some that are ballads, some that could be in a, I don't know, a kind of drama, because they're all so different.
Do you have an artist that you think is the most underrated artist that you'd really love to see them gain recognition and notoriety?
Well, one of my favorites, I guess, boy, I think Sean Phillips is probably the one I would say, even though, people in the music industry from his era are aware of him, not only can he write and play, he can sing, and he's still doing it. He's like 82 or 83 right now. So I guess it'd be Sean.
Do you have a favorite chord or key that you return to often?
Oh, probably G or E.
Okay, do you have an idea why?
I just think it fits my voice well.
Yeah, it's funny how I've done every single key under the sun, and you definitely sound better in certain keys. And you kind of learn that over the years. You either learn to sound great in every key, or you start doing most of your stuff in a few keys that you sound better at.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get out of that because what happens is then your songs can all kind of sound similar after a while. I look back at some of the songs I wrote and it's like, wow, these kind of sound the same. I need to just change the key and maybe it sound way different.
So, is there some kind of feedback that you've ever received from a fan that was the most rewarding?
Wow. Well, I guess kind of going back to my bio there, every time I would say 99% of the time, every time I sing this song called Big C. And so I took a song from Jimmy Rogers that was called the TB Blues. That's about tuberculosis. And that's what killed him. He was from like the 20s and 30s. So I took it and just called it the Big C, and I changed like 3 lines in the song. And I always dedicate it to anybody who has had or does have cancer, and I have sponsors that give me shirts to give to people. And I talked to a fella that he said him and his wife had lost their daughter a year ago. And so he said, well, and we had our little conversation. And then he said, can you play a Don Williams song? And so I said, yeah, the next song up I'm playing is a Don Williams song. So when I sang it, it's Amanda. You're probably familiar with Amanda.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the chorus is Amanda. And when I sing that, the last time I sing the chorus, I say Brenda, because that's my wife's name. Well, it turned out their daughter's name is Brenda. So stuff like that, and just out of the blue, it happens. It's really rewarding that I get to be a part of it.
So, what's the coolest road trip you've ever been on?
Well, hopefully it'll be next year. Next year I'm going to Wyoming. So, but right now I would probably be. I went to Washington Island out of Door County in Wisconsin, and I got to play at a stage there. It's probably my first kind of big gig. It was the first booking I ever had, but it was maybe 8 months after they booked me. And even though there wasn't, there was probably 50 or 75 people, they hired me to play at a little get together. It was really exciting for me. The stage was just beautiful. It was made out of big timbers. So that's in some of my videos, and really I think that helps too when you're talking about videos is the how it looks, because it was a pretty impressive stage, and that was probably my biggest road trip. But this year I hope it to be when I go to a ranch out in Wyoming and all.
What was your first job?
Taxable job would be as a dishwasher at Perkins when I was a teenager. I worked on a lot of farms doing picking rock and baling hay too when I was younger.
Before I let you go here, tell us where people can find you. Where can the fans find your music, buy it, stream it, or where can they find you?
Well, I'm on Facebook under Roger Lee. If you want a CD, I just got one done not too long ago, so I'm going to be posting it on my page. And I don't have it on streams or anything right now, so it's pretty new. I'm not very good at techie things, so I have a friend that helps me work out them details. But I will be putting on my page a CD I have that's all original songs in the next week.
All right, Roger. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight, man.
Well, thanks for having me, and may you have a good year ahead of you.
Thank you. You do the same. And thank you to all the fans tonight for being a part of the Songwriter Show. If you're an artist with a story to share, I'd love for you to be on the guest. Head over to songwritershow.com and fill out the interview request form. I'm Sarantos. I hope you'll all join us every single Tuesday evening as we continue to uncover the inspiring journeys behind the music that makes you feel special. Here's to creating, connecting, and letting our stories be heard. Until then, keep writing, and we'll see you next Tuesday evening on the Songwriter Show. Have a great night, everyone. I love you guys. Carbohydrates and rusted tin cans, white twinkly lights and quite a few fights, horseshoes and lassos, stinks and love fiascos, Lone Star sweets, lots of crazy tweets, Tex-Mex cuisine and barbecue and everything, red, white and blue, forever, loyal, tough, they're good, together. Texas, make sure you have fun, 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 fun. You gotta party, party in Texas, nothing better than a party in Texas. Texans love the road, love to stay home. Football rules, young stay in school. Loves the way of life, frying in olive ice, bluebird nuts, spicy big trucks. If you're baptized a Texan, you'll always be a flexin'. Red, white and blue, forever, loyal, tough, they're good, so together. Texas, make sure you have fun, 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 fun. You gotta party, party in Texas, nothing better than a party in Texas. Once upon a time, there was a Texas. Loved another Texas. We had a baby Texas. Then there were Texans running around. Everything well. Texas, make sure you have fun. Fun, 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 fun. You gotta party here in Texas. Nothing better than a party in Texas. Party in Texas. Party in Texas. Party in Texas. It's the coolest thing to do.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.